Hello and welcome back to the IWBF YouTube channel. We're here live in Guadalajara in the Palacio Multiusos, and it's been such an exciting women's repechage tournament so far. My name's Ishanai alongside Siobhan Fitzpatrick, and we're here bringing you a really exciting crossover day where teams from each group will face each other. First two games we have 2 versus 3. Last 2 games of the day will be 1 versus 4, and this matchup here against Argentina and Australia is going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, 2 teams throughout this tournament that have really showed their skill and their competitive nature within this women's repechage. Australia yesterday falling short against Germany by 1 point, so they will be looking today to rectify and get that win and qualify for the World Championships later on in September. But as for Argentina, they have really grown throughout this tournament, and they've definitely developed some great offensive threats as well as some full court defensive pressure. So I think both teams this morning will be coming out to get that much needed win.
Yeah, so Argentina played yesterday, just getting the win over Thailand. Overtime thriller. Australia falling short to Germany, another overtime thriller, and yesterday really exciting day of action. But today we will be the crossover games, and we're in for a real treat. Those coaches just making final discussions here, and this game, I mean, we're going to see who's going to get through to the World, so there's a lot on the line.
There's a lot on the line for both teams here. Both teams have struggled previously in other tournaments to get that qualifying spot, so both teams will want to rectify that here today. So I think we will be in for a very competitive game as we do kick off this final day of action. So both teams yesterday as well having to play endgame scenarios, so they do have that experience. Argentina coming out on top, Australia just falling short by that 1 point, so both teams will know what it feels like to be part of that high pressure situation, preparing them for today.
So teams now just making final adjustments before we will see jump ball. In Australia today is assigned home team, although they are very far from home. And Argentina will be the assigned away team. Australia coming second in the group, with Argentina finishing in third in the other group. There's teams coming out now. Argentina out on the floor, they're ready for them. At number 5, it will be Liz Pare. Number 8, Mariana Reddy. Number 9, Silvia Linari. Number 12, Maria Polares. And 13, Mariana Perez. Then taking a look at the Aussies now. At number 4 will be Sarah Vinci. Number 6, Hannah Dodd. 8, Georgia Monroe Cook. 10, Laura Davoli, and number 12, Shelley Matheson. So teams just shaking hands now. Referees making sure the table's ready. As for jump ball, it will be Georgia Monroe Cook of Australia facing up against Maria Polares. As MC just getting the crowd hyped up. As Australia will have the first possession of the game. Matheson has some space, just taking her time on this one. Finds Monroe Cook. Monroe Cook lines up for that one, little too short, but it's brought down by Linari. Linari. She's looking to break for Argentina now.
Great full court pressure here by the Australian side, disrupting the Argentinian offense.
Is ready, looks to drive here. Looking for some room. Shot clock is winding down. She'll have to get something up. Ready. She'll launch that one, but travel is called. In great defensive possession there by the Aussies.
Yeah, definitely how the Aussies would want to start this game. When they do, the likes of Polares and Perez do get to the side of the key, they have caused some issues for other teams, so I think Australia will want to do everything to prevent that.
There's Monroe Cook. Has it at the top. Looking for some space. Polares on her. Monroe Cook breaking free there. Thinks about the shot. Finds Davoli at the top. Davoli will find Dodd inside. Dodd gets that one to go.
Yeah, fantastic pass inside there from Davoli to Dodd. Dodd, a 1 point player, still able to draw that ball in, and fantastic finish.
As Polares has it now for Argentina. She has it at the top. Polares looking for some room here. Finds a cutting Reddy inside, and Reddy can't get that one to drop, but great offense.
Yeah, great effort there from Reddy.
As Matheson looks to slow things down here, finds, looking for the pass inside. Ball is loose, but Devoli comes up with it. Devoli out to Monroe Cook as she has it in the corner, thinks about the shot, and she will take that one. She'll sink it.
Yeah, she was just slightly hesitant now. She was slightly out of her comfort zone, so to speak, where she likes to shoot the ball. But she has shown this tournament that she is a player that can comfortably shoot inside and outside of that key.
As Argentina get the ball over, Polares will look to get something off this one. Polares, big performance from her yesterday. She finished with a triple-double. Looking for some room. Long pass over to Linari. She'll line up, and the captain can't get that one that time off the front of the rim.
Yeah, Australia doing a great job there at pushing Argentina outside of that key line.
There's Monroe Cook looking for some room off to Matheson, who finds Dodd outside. She wastes no time in that one. Little too heavy off the back iron. Monroe Cook cleans it up. Monroe Cook fading away. Little short that time. This time Linari will bring it down. Linari looking to push for Argentina. Linari has some room, finds Polares. Polares thinking about the shot. Matheson in her face. Can't get it to go, but gets her own rebound. Polares again, little too short that time. But ball does go out of bounds, as you just saw there. Matheson just slipped out of her hands.
Yeah, but great job by Matheson to put that pressure on Polares. Slight speed mismatch between the two, but she definitely made up for it with her defensive pressure.
As Argentina will have a fresh 14 now to get something off. Linari finds Reddy at the top. Reddy looking to pass inside. You can see them nodding at each other as Polares has it. Polares into Linari. Linari takes that one up. Can't get it to fall though. Devoli, she's off to the races. Has some room here. We'll have to slow things down. Devoli finds Monroe Cook. She launches that one and she'll sink it.
Great finish there by Monroe Cook, extending the lead by 6.
So just under 4 minutes of basketball being played here. Argentina trailing by 6 as they'll look to get their first buckets of the game. Long pass over to Polares, who picks it up. There's a backcourt violation is called. In Australia, they've just been relentless on defense.
Yeah, we did see them practice that full court press yesterday. Definitely in preparation for the crossover match today, and it has paid off for them as they now get a fresh 14.
And Monroe Cook just slowed things down here. Has some space, thinks about the shot. But she will look for a pass. Finds a cutting Vinci inside, but ball does get hit out of bounds. Australia have 1 second to get something up here. Ball's in to Monroe Cook. She takes too long on that one, so basket is waved off. So now Argentina will look to capitalize off this turnover, but referee just stopping.
The ball will be inbounded from the sideline rather than the baseline. It has given Argentina a bit more chance to get down the floor.
There's ball's passed in to Polares. She'll look to get something off this offense. Looking for Perez. That connection again. Perez takes up and she'll sink that one.
That duo over the last 3 days as we enter the 4th have really showcased their connection and relationship. Perez, a 1-point player who has dominated for her Argentinian side.
And Matheson looking for some room. Finds Monroe Cook this time. Monroe Cook, nice pass inside there to Dodd. A little too heavy on that one. It's rebounded though by Vinci and she'll get that one. And Australia built themselves a 6-point lead here. Argentina not letting them get too far away as Polares has it on the top. She has the lane. Pull back out. She's looking for a pass here, directing her teammates. Fakes the shot now. But she'll take the second time. A little too heavy. Monroe Cook denies the second possession. Matheson.
Coast to coast for Matheson there.
As foul is called that time. And it will be on Pare. So Australia will have 14 to get something up. As ball's in to Monroe Cook, wastes no time there, just takes time setting it up, but foul's called on that one. Again, on Pare. So Monroe Cook will take a trip to the line as that moves Liz Pare onto 2 fouls in this first quarter. As Georgia Monroe Cook takes a trip to the line, she's been averaging 17.7 points a game in this tournament. As she sinks the first one, already contributing 5 points in this one. As she'll sink the second.
Yeah, Monroe Cook looking really comfortable out there as she starts this first quarter.
There's long pass is made too ready as Argentina look to get the ball over. Long pass to Pilares. And she can let her teammates catch up here. Does have some room. Trying to find something. She has it outside. Faking the shot. Shot clock winding down. Long pass over to Perez. Perez thinking about that one. Passes it inside. Looking for Pare. The ball is knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, and great team basketball there by Argentina. Just unfortunate they're not able to get that shot off. But the pressure and defense from Australia to start this first quarter is really disrupting Argentina.
As we will see some substitutions for Australia as Toffoli takes a seat. We will see Stevenson checking into the game. Just 16 years old out there. As Matheson finds Monroe Cook inside, swish for her.
Yeah, and Argentina calling an important timeout here as Australia do extend the lead by 10. Believe they will be discussing how they can prevent Monroe Cook from getting those shots off, and also how they can do a better job as a team to break that Australian press.
So we are going to have a listen in to the Aussie timeout. Let's have a nosy in on this one.
Yeah, it's just about having poise and kind of the space that we kind of want. So we can see at the moment, like, you're doing a great job just delaying the holding of the ball, giving her a chance, because it's playing so low in the key that you're not having to, like, I'm not saying you're not working hard, but it's more efficient for you to work this way. Great job on the 3 side, just unpacking it. Sometimes we can't get a statistical number, but we see the work you're doing. Hey, we'll probably just have one little lapse on the defensive end down there, and we can't hustle off that pick and roll. We can't cheat. We've got to make sure that we recover under. The pressure you're putting them under is immense. Keep the pressure high. Great job. Let's keep going.
Great to hear. Head coach Jeremy there, just reinforcing the good things that his team are doing, allowing Monroe Cook to have the space and time to get a clear shot off. Has just reinforced that there can't be any lapses on that pick and roll side.
Yeah, and I mean, that pick and roll, especially between Pilares and Perez, it's been lethal this week.
Yeah, and definitely they have been obviously watching the other games, realising how important it is to defend that pick and roll. And let's see how Argentina have adjusted to this full court press.
Is ready, gets over again for Pilares. Just around 4 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Pilares has it in the corner, has some room. Finds Perez, does not matter what adjustments Australia make. That connection between Pilares and Perez is still going to happen.
Absolutely. Great to see them be able to break that full court press as well after their timeout.
Matheson swings it to Monroe Cook. Back to Matheson, the veteran for this Aussie side. Swings it around to Monroe Cook. Shot clock is winding down. Monroe Cook will settle on that one. A little too heavy, but Reddy denies the second possession. Long pass ahead there. Looking for Pilares, but it's picked off by Stevenson. who finds Dodd. Dodd over to Monroe Cook, but Lenari does get a hand on it.
Argentina doing a better job at stopping Monroe Cook from getting into the key, but it doesn't matter when Stevenson is on the other side, able to knock down 2 points for her team.
As Lenari gets this one in too. Ready again. They're looking for that long pass. Connects with Pilares, who can set up the offense for them. Pilares thinking about that one. Takes that shot. Can't find the line on that one, but Stevenson will look to push for Australia. Stevenson finds Matheson inside. Matheson gets that one to go. And great link up between those two as Matheson fouled on the shot, so she will take a trip to the line.
Yeah, fantastic drive there by Matheson. During the contact, we will just see a replay of that. Matheson, a real veteran of this Australian side. We have seen over the last couple of days, she's really helped lead her team.
As Shelley Matheson sinks the first. Shelley Matheson, really experienced player for this side. 2-time Paralympic silver medalist. Also a bronze to go along with those two as she sinks the second. So Australia now built themselves a bit of a lead. They're up by 8 points. No, they're not. They're up by 12 points. And Argentina really need a score in this one. They won't want to let it get any further away than this. Pilares looking for the long pass over to Lenari. She has room. She'll fire that one, and that one rolls out. So Monroe Cook will lead the charge for the Aussies, giving it to Stevenson. She's coming down the side. Stevenson has some room out to Matheson. Matheson thinking about the shot, but looks to slow things down. Over to Monroe Cook. As Monroe Cook's going to have to get one up. Finds Stevenson on the other side. Stevenson up for that one. Little short that time. But ball is loose as Lenari comes up with it for Argentina. Lenari looking to pass ahead. Can't find room, but does find Pilares inside. Pilares gets that one up and she'll get that one. Hand in the face, does not matter.
Yeah, really important basket there for the Argentinian side. They are doing a better job now at defending Monroe Cook. Can they now capitalise on this and keep scoring down the other end as Cook does go for a big three? And she knocks that down.
George.
She says, if you're going to keep me out wide, that's it. I'm going to take a three instead.
Georgia Monroe Cook just on fire out there. Really has the hot hand for the Aussies. Doesn't matter where she is, she's going to get that one to fall. There's Lenari. Passes over, finds Pilares inside. She gets that one up. Little heavy chase after her own board. Can't get two hands on it. Ball is loose, but Reddy comes up with it. Reddy down to Perez, but a foul is called on that one. So we will see some substitutions for the Aussies as Taisha Ovens checks into the game for the first time alongside Sarah Houston. So that foul was on Australia. So Argentina will get another chance to score here. Pilares finds Lenari at the top. She fires that one. Swish for Lenari.
Yeah, great shot there from Lenari.
For Stevenson, we'll look for some room here. Just directing her team, one of the younger players on this Aussie side, finding Houston at the top. Just looking for a pass. Passes into Matheson. Pass is picked off. Shot clock is winding down. 15 seconds left. Pilares will look to hold this one. Ready. Finds Pilares. Over to Lenari. She'll line up. Little short that time. Oven secures it. And that will be it for the first quarter of play here. Australia currently leading the way. They're on 19 points. Argentina with 8.
Australia really showing their experience in this full court press. And the likes of Monroe Cook really having a strong offensive first quarter. had the jinx of where I said that they were doing a better job matching up with her. She knocks down that 3. We will just hear from the Argentinian head coach.
La 8 tira un triple, la miramos. La 8 acorta para atrás, la miramos. Déjenme mirar y empecemos a ajustar. Sáltenle al cualquier momento. Sáltenle. Cuando tenga la bola, sáltenle porque va a tirar. Porque está confiada. Entonces está confiada un jugador tira y la va a mocar. Sáltenle. Y evitemos que por lo menos la primera situación sea por el trencito de atrás, que es donde está ganando. Ciérrenle la carrera porque después tiene que ir para arriba. Generalmente cuando tiene que ir para arriba libera o se va a postear para tirar. Pero salten primero, nieguen la carrera y el corte por atrás y después sáltenle todo el tiempo. Ahora, lado opuesto, cuando se van o ella ajuste, el que está arriba se ajuste el del fondo, ciérrese, porque le van a cargar, como le está cargando la jugadora del lado opuesto. Presionen la bola. Estamos como relajados, no sé lo que pasa, pero hey, sáquense lo que haya que sacarse y empecemos a jugar. Estamos dependiendo nada más que de una situación de pick and roll. Cuando libera la bola que vos la soltás, venía a buscar el pick. Trabajar el pick, trabajen las dos solas para que una caiga por el eje y otra del lado contrario si están jugando acá. Y si juegan acá, del lado opuesto. Una por el eje, una por el lado opuesto donde están atacando. Pero trabajen las dos en pareja para pasar. Dale, vamos.
So, just listening in there to the Argentinian huddle, and it's good to see as well, not only was head coach Carlos Cardarelli speaking, a lot of the players also were inputting in that.
Yeah, Perez definitely giving her thoughts of what was going on in that first quarter. She has had a huge impact for her side in this tournament.
This ball is in. Polaris has it down low. Polaris finding Linari at the top. Thought about the shot. Reddy has it though. She's open. She'll fire that one. Little short that time. But that's a good look for them.
Yeah, and I think it is disheartening when they are struggling to get those shots to drop. But they are great opportunities and Argentina just need to stick with it.
So Matheson leading the charge for the Aussies. Finds Houston on the wing. She has some room here. She's taking her time, setting something up. Back out to Ovens. Pressure is on as Matheson has it. Creates some space, finds Houston inside. Houston lines up for that one, and she'll get that one at the buzzer. Sarah Houston.
Houston, a player who is fairly new to the game and the national side. She is really showing her height and gaining experience here at this tournament.
Polaris has it down low. She's going to work now. Passes out to Perez. Perez will fire. A little too heavy, but Reddy's there for the rebound. Reddy, she'll take that one back up and she'll swish it. Mariana Reddy just getting it done for Argentina. They're trailing by 11 now as Matheson will look to extend that Aussie lead. Houston. Houston tried to get it in there, but it's picked off by Linari, so she can look to break for Argentina. Linari finds some space, looking for the pass, just squeezing her way through the defense. Nice pass outside, but a 3-second violation is called, so we will see some substitutions here for both sides, as it will be Jasmine Cabral checking in for Argentina. And for the Aussies, will be Georgia Monroe-Cook back into the game alongside Caitlin Gunn. So just under 2 minutes of play here in the second quarter. Stevenson finds Monroe-Cook on the wing. Back to Matheson at the top. Matheson down to Monroe-Cook in the corner. Shot clock is ticking down. Stevenson swings it back to Matheson. She'll fire a little short that time. Reddy cleans it up. Argentina can look to play in transition. Polares finding some space here. Waiting for her teammates. She tries to create some room and her teammate is down, so referee's just stopping the game here. And thank you for watching at home. Make sure you stay tuned in all day. Let us know who you're supporting. Are you on the side of the Aussies or are you here for Argentina? As Polares now has it. Gonna have to put something up. She does and can't get the roll in on that one. So Monroe Cook will hand it to Matheson to control things for Australia. Matheson finds Stevenson, swings it to Monroe Cook. Looking for space. Lines up for that one. Can't get the line, so Polares comes down with it.
Australia still staying in this full court press as they continue to disrupt Argentina out of their half court offense.
Zanari finds Reddy at the top, down to Polares. Polares taking that one, swish for Polares.
Really important finish there for Polares. Had some great opportunities, just hasn't been able to get too many of them to drop. As they now do attempt a full court press on Australia. Stevenson has broken free.
Stevenson now pass it over to Monroe Cook on the other side, out to Matheson. She does have space. Thought about the shot. Back round to Stevenson now. Ovens at the top, she'll fire off the front of the rim, gets her on rebound, takes it back up. And ball does go out of bounds that time, but it will be an Argentina possession.
Yeah, Argentina there in that defensive possession, really putting pressure on the likes of Stevenson and Monroe Cook. Definitely would like to see them continue that full court pressure as they then get down the court.
As we will see some substitutions for the Aussies as Davoli checks back into the game alongside Dodd.
I do wonder if those substitutions have been made now. Head coach has seen Argentina are attempting a full court press.
There's long pass made to Polares. Argentina can set up their offense. Polares thought about the shot, but finds Reddy on the top. Reddy fires that one, and she is fouled. It looked like that one was good for a minute, but she'll take a trip to the line. And Mariana Reddy just contributing 14 points in yesterday's overtime win against Thailand. There's first one off the front of the rim. She'll swish the second. And Australia will look to extend their lead. They're currently up by 8.
Yeah, great to see that Argentina are chipping away at this deficit back into single digits.
Monroe Cook finding Stevenson. Stevenson hands it off to Davoli. Davoli will look for some space. Pass it back into Stevenson. Great pass, great cut, and they'll get the finish.
Yeah, great pick there by Stevenson.
Stevenson there just cut into the basket. And Polares has room on the top. Using the screen from Perez. Spinning around, looking for space. Pass it back into Reddy, who's at the top. She'll fire that one. Swish from Reddy. Back-to-back buckets.
Yeah, Reddy really showcasing that shot at the top is her favourite position to be.
It's Dodd. Finds Davoli now. Aussies 2v2. Davoli letting her teammates catch up. Finds Dodd inside. Dodd will take that one up. Little too heavy on that. Polares tries to get it, but ball is loose. Australia come back up with it. Rebounded that time by them. Monroe Cook finds Dodd in the corner. Dodd Looking for Devoli. Devoli gets it. She gets that one up too heavy. Monroe Cook straight back up, and they'll get the putback.
Really unfortunate there by Argentina, as Monroe Cook does get that shot off just before the buzzer sounds. But they are doing a better job at creating some pressure on Australia.
As Monroe Cook picks up that pass, gets a hand on it, and now Australia can look to add on 2 more. Monroe Cook straight to the basket there, takes that one up, and just make it look easy out there.
As Argentina do call a timeout. I do think that will be a case of they did have some momentum back, but the last kind of minute or so, Monroe Cook has showed her class, causing all sorts of problems for the Argentinian side.
As she moves to 11 points in this game now.
And we will now hear from the Argentinian head coach.
La 8 defiende la pasadora, primer sector, tenés que bajar para recibir y ahí salir jugando. No están trabajando en pareja las dos, pasan nada más. Sigan trabajando, insistan en trabajar, metan a lo menos 4 cortinas, van a llegar a superioridad numérica. Y vos vas a quedar en el que solo y ella va a quedar acomodada para el tiro. Pero tienen que meter 3 o 4 cortinas, no hay nada más que pasar. Trabaja en situación de cortina. Jazmín, la primera situación es para, si la defienden a pop, la primera situación es tuya para sacarla. Pero si no, si viene una cortina, 2 cortinas, 3 cortinas, una vez que pasa la línea roja y sí se separa. Dale, vamos.
As we heard, Argentinian head coach there, Carlos Cardarelli, just talking to his team, regrouping. Thank you for staying tuned in at home. Make sure you let us know who you're supporting. Is it Vamos Argentina, or is it Go Gliders for the Aussies? But Argentina, I mean, we just saw them yesterday. They were in this position where they were in a deficit and they managed to bring it back.
Yeah, they're definitely a team that are able to get themselves out of a deficit. But I think it will be a case of how they can cope with the Australian pressure.
As Polares has some room now for Argentina. Polares looking for some room. Pass inside to Perez. Great cut there again. Is that connection? Great cut there from Perez. Again, just we see every time Perez cuts Polares, her court vision.
Yeah, they're
able to get a pass off.
They've really showed their talent this week. Able to get that chipping away now, back within 10.
As Monroe Cook finds Devoli at the top for the Aussies. They can look for an offense here. Devoli, inside pass, tries to find Stevenson, is picked off by Reddy. Ball goes out of bounds. The Aussies have 7 seconds to get something up.
Great to hear as well, the Argentinian bench really helping, supporting the teammates on the court as Perez will break.
His ball's just loose there, but Perez finds Polares on the opposite side. She's going to pull things out. They have time here to set something up. As Polares is looking for a pass, but she will settle in the shot instead. She'll sink that one. She doesn't need to pass it when she can hit shots like that.
And that's exactly what Argentina needed. As Australia now call a timeout, as the momentum has started to shift to the Argentinian side. We will now hear from head coach of Australia.
We're doubting ourselves. The basketball that's got us here needs to continue to take us the next step. Offensively, make your read and go. I can live with turnovers. Great pick, make the read and pass her the ball. Put it to her advantage. On the help, if you are in the middle, you are the help. We're not playing special ways. We're not weak side helping. The help must come from the middle. We're trying to beat this side over 40 minutes. We can't have reads that are unpredictable to each other. Okay, where do we help from? Who are we denying? 12, very good. We can do this. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Gliders, go.
As we heard from Australian head coach Jeremy Synott there, just trying to regroup his team. And again, Australia, they're a team who've had experience in this tournament and elsewhere of how to keep a lead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they obviously are discussing about how they can stop number 12, Polares, who really has caused many teams throughout this tournament a headache, really. But she has just shown in the last couple of minutes that she can still get a shot off under pressure as she brings their deficit back within 9. It will be Matteson's ball from the baseline.
As Monroe Cook now will set things up for the Aussie side. Finding Matheson. Matheson swings it inside to Monroe Cook. Great pass there as Monroe Cook can't get the finish though, as Reddy secures the rebound. Reddy, she's looking to play some transition here. And the Aussies just doing a good job at stopping Argentina from getting any fast break scores. Reddy finds Perez inside. Perez again, great cut from her. She'll take that one up, can't get to go. Gets a hand on the ball, can't get 2 hands on her rebound though, so the ball will roll out of bounds. And Australia have another chance here, as we will see some substitutions checking in for the Aussies. Will be Sarah Vinci checking into the game as Caitlin Gunn takes a seat. Matheson over to Devoli. They'll look for an offense. Monroe Cook racing up the floor. She gets it inside. Polaris hand in her face, but Monroe Cook, she sinks that one.
Yeah, she's just showing that she can pretty much shoot from anywhere this morning. Thriving under the pressure.
Is ready, has it on the wing now. Back to the top to Lenari. Finds Polaris down low. Polaris thought about the shot. Finds some room that time. She'll shoot that one. Can't get it. Perez bringing that ball down. She'll get the basket. But basket's waved off. Great job from Perez there. Just ripping the ball out of the air.
The Argentinian head coach is frustrated. Talking to the referee. We'll just see a replay.
As that foul will be on Laura Devoli. Only her first foul in the ball game. Argentina have a new 14 ready. Back to Lenari to set things up. They trail by 10. Lenari has room here. Lines that one up. Can't get to drop. But Devoli cleans it up this time. Australia off to the races. Devoli looking to push. As an offensive foul is called that time.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Argentina needs as they close out this second quarter. And we will now see substitutions for both sides.
As Taisha Ovens checks in for the Aussies, with Marina Correa coming in for the Argentinians. As the captain, Sylvia Lenari, she'll take a rest. And make sure you let us know who you're supporting in the comments at home. Who's going to come out on top? Is it Argentina? Is it Australia? We'll soon find out. As Argentina trail by 10. Korea to pass it in. They'll have 24 to get something up. Ready. Finds Polaris down low. Polaris over to Reddy at the top. She comes in a little too heavy. Ball's loose. Monroe Cook comes up with it. Monroe Cook gives it to Matheson. She's going to get it across safely. Finds Ovens racing ahead there. Ovens. She gets that one up and Ovens gets that one to go. Great break by the Aussies. As they'll now extend their lead to 12 points. Korea looking to bring something fresh for Argentina. Less than a minute to go in this second quarter as Polares looking for the pass, pulls it out, looking for Perez inside, can't get to go, finds Korea, she's open, she'll fire, little short that time.
But Argentina are getting the offensive opportunities. They are just struggling to finish.
Matheson can slow things down for Australia. Less than a minute left here. Finds Davoli, who's open in the corner. Too heavy on that one. Polares comes down with it. Polares. She can look to get something in transition. As a travel is called on that one. And you see that veteran Shelly Matheson just directing her teammates.
Yeah, she's definitely using her experience from her extensive career with the gliders.
As the clock is winding down, less than 10 seconds. Georgia Monroe Cook will fire. It's fouled on that one. Had the line a little too short. But there was contact, so she's going to take a trip to the line. 15 points in the game for her. There's Georgia Monroe Cook swishes that one. Yesterday's game against Germany, the overtime thriller, 18 points for her, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Just doing a bit of everything as she swishes the second. So Argentina will have 8 seconds here to get something up. The deficit is 14 as Perez will have it on the wing. Clock winding down. They're going to look to get something off here. Perez just taking her time. Going to have to put the ball up. She sets up for that one, sends it off. A little too short on that one. But that will be it for the end of the first half in this first game of our crossover day. Australia currently up. Argentina trailing. They're down by 14. But we saw similar story yesterday. Argentina, they were behind, but that didn't faze them.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely use this halftime break to regroup. Start to try and work against the Australian press. They are getting some great shot opportunities. They are just struggling a little bit with the height and conversion. So if they can adjust that, they will definitely get back into this game. And as for Australia, they're doing a great job at disrupting the Argentinian offense. They are denying Polares and Perez the same opportunities that they have had over the previous 3 days. And Monroe Cook is really dominating for that Australian side. Her ability today to shoot from all angles of the court has been the difference to why they are now leading by 14.
But for Argentina, they are creating those shots. And it's just about now they need to just hit them.
Yeah, sometimes that's easier said than done, but with the pressure of this game on their shoulders, we hope that then at halftime they are now staying on the court to work on the shooting down the other end as we look for them to be able to convert at the same rate that they have done in previous games. But Australia are doing a fantastic job at causing some defensive pressure on them that they may not have had in previous games.
Before we take a quick break, we are going to look at some of the leaders. For Argentina, they have had the shots, but for them leading the way is Polares and Perez, that dynamic duo that we've seen all week. They both have 6 points apiece, with Mariana Reddy also contributing 5. And for the Aussies, they are in the lead, and for them it's just been all-round dominant performance so far from Georgia Monroe Cook. 17 points in the game for her, scoring more than half of the points for the Aussies, or around half. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in 10 minutes time. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll see you shortly. Oh my God, no way. Argentina taking on Australia. Australia, great performance in that first half. Georgia Morrow-Cook leading the way, 17 points, responsible for more than half of Australia's points. And that's just the type of player that Georgia Morrow-Cook is, isn't it?
Yeah, she's definitely had a dominant performance in this first half as she does look to qualify for the World Championships in Ottawa later on this year. A player that really has developed her skill over the last couple of years. Looking as a player, she looks to shoot inside and outside of the key. She did knock down a big three-point shot as well in that first half. As teams now return to their benches to have those final conversations with their coaches. And Argentina will now look to keep chipping away at their deficit. What can they do to stop Morrow-Cook having those shot opportunities, and how can they create shots? The Polares and Perez duo has been dominant, but Australia are doing a good job in the full court press to take Argentina out of their normal half court setup.
So, teams now, final talks. And for Australia, you know, a really experienced side, especially on the women's wheelchair basketball scene. You know, they've had, especially even if you look at Shelley Matson, who's been on the side for a while, you know, she has 2 Paralympic silvers to go along with a bronze medal. So they'll be looking to get back into that World Championship stage.
Yeah, absolutely. They have struggled over the last couple of years to qualify for the major tournaments, missing out on the Paris Paralympic Games. But they have had a regeneration of players. They do obviously still have some veterans on the team, but it is great to see the likes of Stevenson, 16-year-old, really dominating for this Australian side. Today she has been a great facilitator for that team, but the last couple of days she's had huge points. And that's what I think is so great about this women's repechage tournament. It is giving players the international experience before they then enter an even bigger stage at the World Championships.
And both these teams obviously looking to be on that bigger stage, but even just being in this tournament, you know, for a team like Argentina, just a great experience for them.
Yeah, to be able to play in an arena of this size with the MC playing music very loud, lots of distractions, just gives them that experience as they grow within the game of wheelchair basketball. And they have really competed this week, as we do look now to get play back underway. Devoli to Morrow-Cook.
Morrow-Cook peeking that one, obviously Argentina picking up, but outside as she hit that three-pointer earlier on. Morrow-Cook, there was a gap there, but she is cut off. Passed down to Ovens, but 3-second violation is called, so Argentina will get an early stop.
Yeah, that's exactly what Argentina need in this third quarter. Lots of stops. Australia are sticking in this full court pressure. Perez and Polares already in their half, as Perez sets a perfect pick. Can't get that to drop, but she is fouled, so we'll go to the line for 2. And Polares and Perez really have been a duo across this tournament that probably have the most established relationship.
So Perez now, she'll take trips down. She had a big performance the other day when she put up 22 points when they played Spain. She can't get the second one to drop. But especially, you know, being a more low-point player, really impressive display from her.
Yeah, game wheelchair basketball was obviously ran on classification, and she is the lowest classified player on the Argentinian side as a one-pointer. But within our game, doesn't necessarily matter what classification you are. If you do have the skill level to be able to do what Perez does, is very impressive. She has worked hard over the last few years to become a strong one-pointer for her side.
Is Devoli is on the wing now, setting things up for Australia. Polares has blocked one of the Aussie players out. As Vinci stays on the other end, so it will be 4v4 as Devoli finds Matheson. She finds that one, swish for Matheson.
Yeah, great finish there by Matheson, but I don't think Argentina should be too disheartened. They are forcing other people to now score and putting that extra pressure on Monroe Cook, as Australia do stick in this full court pressure.
As Korea safely getting it over. Looking for her teammates here. Thinks about the shot. Nice little pass there to Reddy. Reddy too heavy. Gets her own rebound. And she gets that one to go. Doesn't drop. Unfriendly roll. Reddy, she does get her own rebound again. Mariana Reddy, just complete hustle plays from her. And she'll line up for the shot. And she'll sink it that time.
Yeah, she definitely deserves that basket to drop. A player that has been a great asset to this Argentinian side.
So Matheson, the veteran for the Aussies, setting things up, directing her teammates, looking for the pass, long pass, finds Monroe Cook. And this points leader, 17 points, she'll look to score. Settles on that one, little too much on that one. Matheson gets the rebound out to Devoli. Devoli looking for some room here, but it's picked off by Perez. Perez will look to break, pass ahead to Reddy. Argentina trying to get some quick here, pass inside to Polaris. Polaris will take that one up. Little too heavy on that one, but good break from Argentina there.
Yeah, Argentina are really getting the opportunities. They are just struggling to convert. Matheson now into Devoli.
And she gets that one to go.
And that has been the difference between the two sides. They are getting similar opportunities. Australia are shooting at a much higher percentage as they do turn over the ball.
There's Devoli. She'll look to get something now. Devoli inside to Matheson. Ball is loose, but Monroe Cook comes up with it as a foul is called. Polaris just putting her hand up on that one, is just acknowledges.
Yeah, smart foul there by Polaris, really. And it will be on the floor.
Devoli into Monroe Cook now. They can take their time. They do have a 16-point cushion here. Is Monroe Cook looking for some room. Argentinian players really pressuring her here as Korea cuts her off, but she kicks it over to Matheson. Can't get the roll on that one. It is rebounded by the Aussies though. Ball's rolling, it goes out of bounds, but Australia will get another opportunity as Dodd there just grabbing that rebound. As Australia now have 10 seconds to put something up. Monroe Cook setting things down. Back to Devoli, who finds Matheson, picked off by Cabral. Argentina look to break here. Cabral has it. Cabral back to Reddy. Reddy looking for a pass here. She's at the halfway line, but foul's called on that one. Matheson, look there, she was just trying to force her to the halfway line.
Yeah, I think Matheson was trying to create a backcourt violation, hoping that the referee wouldn't see that front end contact. So Argentina will get a fresh 14.
This ball's passed in. Korea finds Polaris in the corner. Polaris lines that one up, a little too heavy. Reddy, whoever else other than Reddy going in for the rebound. Monroe Cook does secure it. Matheson down the side. Finds Devoli down low. Into Monroe Cook. Monroe Cook takes that one up and she is fouled on the shot. So she'll get an extra 2.
Korea is smiling there. She's trying to tell the referee that it was just arm contact. She knows exactly what she did there with her chair, as we will see a replay. Monroe Cook will go to the line for 2 as she looks to extend their lead further.
As you can't get the first one to fall. Australia lead by 16. As can't hit the second, so Polaris will push things for Argentina. Long pass to Perez. She waits for her teammates to catch up. Perez. Back to Reddy. Reddy trying to find some space here. Monroe Cook make it very difficult. Reddy out to Polaris. Clock is winding down. Gonna have to get something up here. There's a shot clock violation is called on that one. And great defensive possession by the Aussies, just forcing that violation. But we will see some substitutions as Mariana Reddy takes a seat, with Sylvia Lenari checking in. Stevenson also checking in for the Aussies as Matheson takes a break. So just under 5 minutes of basketball being played here in the second half. Stevenson in the corner, Korea pressure in. Devoli has it, Devoli can't get that one to fall. Lenari cleans it up, looking for Korea, but Australia pick it off. They'll have another offense. Devoli has it inside, but a little too much on that pass. So Argentina will go the other way now. And thank you for tuning in at home and following along. Let us know who you're supporting. Who is going to come out on top on this one? Is it going to be the Gliders or will it be Argentina? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. It's Polares on the wing. Ball is tipped out of bounds though by Devoli. So Argentina will have 8 seconds to play with here. But we will see a timeout being called. This time it will be by Argentina. And they'll just be looking to get something going for this second half.
Yeah, an important timeout here as they look to continue chipping away at their deficit. They definitely don't want it to grow too big. He will just try and restructure his players as we now do here into his timeout.
No tenemos jugador en el eje. ¿Quién va a jugar en el eje? Estamos jugando uno acá y el chiquito acá en el medio. ¿Cuándo van a entender que el grande va acá? Tiene que dar un grande acá y un grande acá. Junior con Fe para jugar pick and roll. More o la Pau va a jugar con Jazmín. Pero tiene que haber un grande por si hay ajuste para poder tomar un tiro. ¿A quién le vamos a dar el tiro? Si está jugando pick and roll, Jazmín va a tirar si la otra mide 16 metros. No la va a poder tirar. Entonces, entiendan que uno de los grandes tiene que decir sí o sí por el eje. Yo sé que están ajustando, pero plántense, el último, plántense y tomen el eje. Dale, acomódense, vamos. No salgan.
As we heard, Argentinian head coach Carlos Cardarelli in that one there, just telling his team what is what.
Yeah, and they are able to leave the timeout before the Australian side to get set up in their offensive positions, as they will look to get a score off this one.
So Aussies back out now. They'll be looking to put a stop to whatever the Argentinians have planned. So ball's passed in. Let's have a look at what's happening here. Korea into Polares. She fires a long one. Almost looked good there, but bounces out. Devoli will look to push for the Aussies. Devoli looking for some room. She does have some space. She'll set up for that one. She'll sink that one. Great transition play. And Devoli for Australia contribute 4 points, but it's one of those players who goes about her work quietly. 5 assists for her today.
Yeah, definitely a player that is growing in confidence throughout this tournament.
So Lenari has it here. Nice pass there into Perez. Perez will take that one up. Can't get the finish, but great pass. Aussies can look to break. Stevenson. She's pushing the ball ahead here. Has some space. She'll muscle her way into the key. Can't get to go. Monroe Cook there to get the rebound, but an offensive foul called that time on Georgia Monroe Cook.
And Monroe Cook will just smile with the referee as she knows exactly she can't get away with that. But previous play, Hannah Dodd did a fantastic job at creating that curl for her teammate Stevenson. Can't get the drop, but good to see them being able to create some different looks.
There's Lenari. The captain will control it for the Argentinians. She has some space on the outside. Long pass to Polares. Polares coming in now, but a foul's called. That one, see, Hannah Dodd just putting her hand up.
Yeah, I think Hannah Dodd tried to intercept the pass as it was coming across the key. Just slightly too late there with the contact. So we will now see some substitutions for the Argentinian side.
As for them, it will be Luna Diaz checking into the game alongside Florencia Gonzalez. So, Argentina ball, 14 seconds to get something off. As Linari has it on the top. Long pass to Pilares. Pilares, a little too heavy on that one. But Australia did get a touch on it last, so Argentina will have another 8 seconds to get something up. Ball's in. Perez has it. Perez out to Linari. Too heavy that time. So now the Aussies can look to extend their lead. 18 points deficit for Argentina. But, I mean, we saw them yesterday dig themselves out of that hole with Thailand. So it's doable for them.
Yeah, absolutely. The game is not over yet for them.
So, around 4 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. Stevenson, backwards pass there to Devoli, and she'll sink that one. Great play by those two, and great little link up between the Aussies, and there's been some great offenses from both sides here today. As Linari bringing things down for Argentina. Linari wastes no time lining up there, but Monroe Cook does get a hand in her face. Linari. She'll fire the second time off the front of the rim on that one. Devoli leads a charge for the Aussies. Devoli pulls back out into Monroe Cook. Monroe Cook lines up for that, and she'll sing that one.
Yeah, Monroe Cook today leading the way for her Australian Gliders side.
19 points in the game for Georgia Monroe Cook. 10 rebounds. Double-double already in this one. As Argentina get a shot up there. Can't get to fall that time. Can Diaz, but Devoli again leading the charge for Australia. And every time they get the rebound and she gets that one to go, Devoli just really leading the fast break for the Aussies.
Yeah, the speed of Devoli is really impressive and obviously difficult for the Argentinian side to stop. She's very calm and collected as she does drive for those fast break opportunities.
As Linari finds Pilares down low. She is looking for another pass here.
Yeah, Monroe Cook really doing a good job.
As Pilares swishes that one.
But right on cue, Pilares is able to break free.
And it feels like the Aussies have been able to kind of contain Pilares, but she still has 8 points in the game to go with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Monroe Cook, pass inside there, high arcing pass to Devoli, and she'll sink that one. Big, big play there from Devoli.
Yeah, Devoli's teammates there giving her a high five, saying how well she's doing. And we have seen a smile come onto her face.
And Devoli just catching that ball fading away, able to get that one up through the contact. Just since she's been on, she's been a real impact for the Aussies. As we did see some substitutions. As Devoli sinks the second. Isabel Martin checking in for them alongside Matheson. So just over a minute here to go now in the third quarter of action. Argentina do trail, but Linari long pass to Pilares. She does have space, hand in her face. Looking for some room. Linari swings back round to Gonzalez, but travel is called that time. So Australia now can capitalise off their fast break. Stevenson unmatched, but she does decide to pull out. As Argentina bring on the pressure. Stevenson. In to Monroe Cook. She lines up, little short that time, but Martin gets the rebound. Back to Monroe Cook, and Monroe Cook swishes that one.
Yeah, Monroe Cook just showcasing her talent here this morning as she knocks out another 2 points for her side.
And Monroe Cook still just leading the charge for the Aussies. 21 points for her. There's less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Lenari long pass to Polares. Inside to Perez. There's that connection. Perez too high on that one. Matheson is off to the races. But she does opt to slow things down. Is looking for Monroe Cook, but it's picked off by Perez. There's a foul is called that time. And she was unlucky to get that one. But we will see some substitutions for the Argentinians. 34 seconds remaining in the third quarter. But Mariana Reddy will check back into the game alongside Liz Pare. There's Monroe Cook.
Great curling there by Dodd to get Monroe directly under the basket. She gets a huge and one.
Big finish there from Georgia Monroe Cook. It does not matter what is going on. If she has contact, if she has a hand in her face, she's going to find the bottom of that net.
And we'll just see a replay here of that big shot. I think it is also really important to note that for her to get into those positions, her teammates are doing everything to help her.
As she converts the and one opportunity. 24 points in the game, Georgia Monroe Cook. But Argentina will have to get something off. Their shot clock is off in this one. As Polares has it, looks inside to Reddy. Reddy back to Lenari. Lenari fires for that one. Swish for Lenari. So Australia probably not going to be able to get something off here. The buzzer does sound to indicate the end of the quarter. And the Aussies just really putting a stamp, they're putting their foot down in that quarter.
Yeah, dominant third quarter there by the Australian Gliders side. They know how important this win will be for their team as they look to qualify for the World Championships. Argentina are going to need a huge fourth quarter if they do want to get back into this. Great to see Monroe Cook really dominating that third quarter.
Yeah, Georgia Monroe Cook, 24 points in the game, 58% from the field and 10 rebounds. She's already on a double-double. But Argentina did struggle a little bit to get off the mark, but they have found successes still. They are creating the opportunities.
We will now hear from head coach from Argentina.
Ahora, no relajemos más defensa, empecemos a darle contacto que sea. No tenemos falta, no hay falta. Jugamos sin falta. Ey, por lo menos choquemos un poquito la silla. Dale, vamos. Vamos, voy allá, vamos en este cuarto.
So, words there from head coach Carlos Cardarelli. As teams
I want
got a little bit more
Laura
time
running
here.
the
Let's
two
listen
side,
in to
Shelley
Aussie
running
head
the
coach
three
Jeremy
side. I
Sino.
want Marianne running a pick and roll with Laura, and Lou is going to set that first pick, okay?
Gliders on three. That is what we heard there at the end of that timeout. So, viewers at home, what is it going to be for you? Is it going to be Gliders? Is it going to be Go Gliders? Or is it going to be Vamos Argentina? Let us know who you think is going to come out on top. Make sure you stay tuned for this one. As Argentina do trail, but we've seen them come back from deficits before.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge ask here now for Argentina to get back into this game in the fourth quarter. It's not impossible, but when Australia are playing so dominantly, Monroe Cook has taken a seat in this fourth quarter though.
Yeah, and she's really putting a shift here. Maybe head coach Jeremy Stein looking to give other players an experience in a situation like this. So Pilares has things for Argentina. Great pass inside to Perez, and Perez gets that one, that connection yet again.
Yeah, it just shows that if Australia do switch off their defensive plan of stopping that duo, that they will punish them.
And Matheson has space, finds Boetti. And this Australian side, they really have a lot of depth in that bench. As Boetti pass inside to Leitu, and she gets fouled on that one.
Yeah, it's great to see every player for the Australian side getting to experience a game with so much pressure on the outcome as well, as they look to grow on their way towards the World Championships.
As Leitu can't find the line on the first one. Marianne Leitu, experienced playing in World Championships, can't get the second one, but Boetti almost gets the rebound. Can't quite get that one to drop that time. So, we're in the fourth quarter of play here. Argentina do lead, but, you know, there's still
Australia
hope for them. Apologies, yeah, go on.
Australia lead, Argentina are trailing. There is still hope for them though, you are correct. If they can keep chipping away, convert every single time.
Is ready, can't get that one to drop, almost gets her own rebound. But Marianne Reddy, every time the ball comes off the rim, she is after that rebound. It's Davoli now, apologies, Boetti has it on the outside. Leitu swings it round to Davoli, and pass inside there to Martin. Ball does roll out of bounds, and Argentina will gain possession. For the Aussies, they can kind of look to kind of implement new things now.
Yeah, and we can see that with Coach Germany being able to rotate his bench, give Monroe Cook a rest, give other people an opportunity to experience this game. We do see Reddy knock down a great outside shot.
Yeah, Reddy just banking that one in there, extending, also probably just cutting down that deficit. As Matheson has space down to the corner, finds Davoli.
Into Leitu.
And
She's
blocked there. Big block there. Was that by the captain, Lenari? And she just nods ahead. Yeah, it is their ball. But big block from her coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, really smart play there.
Oh, it was by Perez. Perez just acting casual as anything. Just knocks the ball out of bounds and just rolling off the other direction. Acts like just a casual day for her.
Davoli for two is good.
And Davoli, since she's been on the court, she's really just been in energy. It's, I don't know, it's a new burst of energy for the Aussies.
Yeah, absolutely. She's obviously using that fuel of fire from their loss yesterday to make sure that she helps her team come out on top today.
As Pilares getting the shot up there, did draw the foul. So now she can take a trip to the line. As able to get the shot off. Boetti just a little bit too much on that one. But you can't talk about Argentina without talking about Maria Pilares. She's had some huge, huge performances this weekend. Yesterday's overtime thriller against Thailand. She had a triple-double, but the stat line's ridiculous. 22 points, probably 16 points. Or in Spain, she had, in the game against Spain, she had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 15 assists. So just 2 rebounds there off a triple-double. And then in the game against Thailand, yesterday, overtime thriller, big performance from her when she put up 24 points, 17 rebounds and 14 assists. It doesn't get more dominant than that.
And she's able to convert the second. As she will now exit the game.
And she'll be taking a much, much deserved rest for Argentina, as we do see Pava checking into game as Matheson swings it round to Davoli. Davoli here, inside to Leitu. Leitu takes that one up, but Leitu can't get it to
Perez
drop.
with another block again on Leitu.
is ready now, controlling things for the Argentinians. Hands it off to Linari. Ball is knocked loose though. Matheson complete for the charge. Matheson passes ahead to Boetti. Boetti's all alone. She'll lay that one in, and Boetti gets her name on the score sheet.
And the Australian bench go absolutely wild with that score. Great to see every single player for this Gliders side really contributing to this game.
And it really is just a credit to that Aussie program, just showing their depth. As Pare lines up for that one. Not enough on it that time. Davoli again with the rebound. And Davoli, 13 points for her since she's been on the court. Davoli takes that one up. Can't extend that time. Matheson with the rebound. Out to Boetti. Has some room over to Matheson. Faking the pass. Finds a great cut there inside by Martin. And Martin gets that one to go.
Yeah, and that just means a lot to that Gliders bench. Seeing all of the players be able to get on the score sheet.
So now
Matheson just giving her a nice high five on the back to acknowledge the great effort that Martin's just done to score that basket.
So 11 of the 12 Aussie players now added points to that total. There's Pare, long pass to Reddy. Ball is tipped off by Davoli. Davoli will look to push. Davoli will slow things down, finds Matheson on the other side. Matheson smacked in the face there.
Definitely wasn't intentional there from Perez. She just looked to give a high five to Matheson, as she was just trying to get a block on the ball. And Reddy does take a huge tumble as well.
There's Matheson now, the vet, taking a trip to the line for the Aussies. She can just look to extend to the lead. As Matheson sinks that first one. But we will see some substitutions for the Aussies now, as Sarah Houston will check into the game alongside her teammates Ebony Stevenson and Isabel Martin. Apologies a lot. Caitlin Gunn will check in. We do have 5 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. There's balls in for the Aussies. Houston has some room. Can't get the pass over. Shot clock is down to 0, so it will be an Argentinian ball.
Really important here that Argentina just use this final 5 minutes to gain that valuable experience in a game of this caliber. Perez unable to get that to drop.
Cleaned up by Houston. Foul is called. That one looks to be on Perez. Is a little bit too excited to get to that one. That is her third foul.
Yeah, there was definitely some arm contact with that foul.
It's Houston setting things up, hands it off to Boetti. She has space. Houston in the corner. Long pass, but it's picked off by Perez. Perez can look to get something off this one. Over to Linari. Linari trying to find some room. Clock winding down, long pass over, finds Reddy on the other side. Reddy launches that one, can't get the bank, but it's cleaned up by Caitlin Gunn, who gives it to Houston to push. Houston Trying to find a lane here. Passes inside to Stevenson. She'll get that one up. Little short that time, but it is cleaned up by Pare. As she'll look to find something in transition. Pare. Lanari has it. She just lines up for that one. She has the space. A little short that time. As Vinci with the board. Boetti, though, setting things up. She has room inside to Houston. Houston sinks that one. Or shoots that one, should I say. But is knocked out of bounds by Perez. But seemingly Australia did get a hand on it.
Yeah, Perez is doing a great job at getting her hands in the right places to knock them balls out of play.
As we will see some substitutions for the Argentinians. Luna Diaz checking back into the game, setting things up now for them. Finds Pare on the wing. Apologies, not Pare, Pava on the wing. Pava thinks about the shot, out to a teammate though, swings it around to Lanari. Lanari thinks about the shot, but a shot clock violation is called. And Argentina's taking a little too long that time to get something off. So just over 3 minutes left to go in the final quarter of action in this 2v3 placing crossover match. Australia have the lead. Pass inside from Stevenson. Gets to Boetti, and she is fouled on that one. Boetti will sink that one. But the basket is waved off, not a foul. It is a 3-second violation that time. So Argentina now will have possession. Diaz. Taking a time on this one. As Argentina look to get off a good shot. As Lanari over to Pava in the corner. Pava fires that one. Little short. And Boetti, long pass to Stevenson. Can she get it? She gets two hands on it. It is caught off though by Diaz. Tried to pass over to Houston, but it's picked up by Lanari. She can look to push. She'll have to slow things down a little bit. Has some room now in the corner. Thinks about the shot. Lines up for it. Fires and swish from Lanari. Sylvia Lanari, the captain, just getting things done out there. So Stevenson now on the wing. Down low, Australia can take their time. As Boetti finds Houston. A long pass inside there. Connects with Stevenson, but ball stripped by Perez. Boetti gets something up off the front of the rim though.
Perez doing a great job defensively. 1 point player able to snatch the ball out of any of the Australian hands at the moment, as we will see some substitutions for the Australian side.
There's Laura Davoli checking in alongside Taisha Stevens. And we'll also see Marianne Leitu coming in to the game. Just under 2 minutes left. We are in stopping clock period of time as Diaz finds Lanari on the top. Lanari inside to Pava. Pava gets that one off. A little too heavy. And Stevenson will look to lead the charge. Stevenson over to her teammate inside, Caitlin Gunn. Gunn inside, nice and easy layup for her. She pulls the trigger, Caitlin Gunn.
Yeah, great finish there by Caitlin Gunn. Relatively new member of the side.
As Diaz can control things now for the Argentinians. Diaz with the ball. Has room here, fires that one. Diaz banking that one in. The bank is open for her. So Australia now, time is on their side. They can play with the clock a bit. As they will give it to Davoli, who has space. Looking to get something off. Over to Stevenson at the top. Stevenson inside to Davoli. Davoli will fire off the rim. Leitu tries to get the board, but foul's called on her instead.
Yeah, great effort there by Leitu. Able to seal off the two Argentinian players to allow Davoli to get that shot off. And able to get that to drop. Final minute now of this fourth quarter.
So Argentina now can look to get a shot off. They've had some good looks, just something's not being able to fall as Pava has it. She'll fire, little short. Ball is loose and it will be picked up by Lanari. They'll have another opportunity here to score. Lanari looking for some room. She's spinning around here. Long pass to Pava. She'll have to get something up. Pava can't get off in time, so a shot clock violation is called, and the Aussies will have to get something up on the other side, as it is a 1 second difference between shot and game clock. Or if you want to be precise, it is a 1.9 second difference between shot and game clock. As Ovens gives it to Stevenson now, just to slow things down a bit. I'm sure they'll take their time just to not allow Argentina to get anything else, as Stevenson has it. Time winding down. Foul is called. So Argentina, apologies, Australia can look to hold for final possession. So 7.7 seconds left. Australia have the lead. Leitu in to Davoli. Davoli has it. Is she going to look for shot? Finds Ovens inside. Ball is loose. But the buzzer will sound, and Australia pick up the victory. They will be going to the Worlds later on in the year. They've booked their slot to Canada. Big, big performance from the Aussies after falling short by 1 in overtime yesterday to Germany. 2-1 in the group stages. They come and take down Argentina, but Argentina did not make it easy for them.
No, great to see Australia be able to use the loss yesterday as a huge learning experience, come out victorious with a 29-point lead win today. But Argentina definitely gave them a run for their money. They just struggled a little bit offensively to get some of their shots to drop. But they should be very proud of their performance. And it will be Australia that do book their ticket to Ottawa.
So teams now, just final high fives, all the emotions for the Aussies as you see the crowd, the Aussie contingent just waving those flags as Australia will be going to the Worlds. They were there last time in 2022, making it that this was going to be their 10th consecutive appearance in the Worlds. As they'll look now, just you see the Argentinians waving to the crowd, thanking the Argentinian contingent. They have banners there. And for Argentina, you know, did take the loss here. They are an experienced side. You know, they're trying to get back into Worlds. They last competed in 2018, but just fell short today. But this is not the end of the road for them. You know, there's a lot of potential in this team.
Yeah, definitely a huge potential in this side. And yes, they are going to be disheartened after losing. They knew how much, you know, how important this was for them, this game, falling short. But they can use this as a huge learning experience. They have grown throughout this game. And we do hope to see them, you know, in the next few years grow and then make their mark within the World Championships and Paralympic stage. I do definitely think this will be a nation that we will see become a higher ranked team in the next cycle. Polares really are showcasing their talent this week, and yes, they have come up with a loss, but they have developed from day one to today
There's Australia there, just lining up now as the big ticket to Toronto. Australia have booked their slot in the Worlds later on in the year. They'll be competing at that World Championship.
Yeah, and this definitely means a lot to this Australian side. A lot of history behind this team in the last few years. They have struggled to perform, so this will mean a lot to this side, gaining their ticket at the World Championships as they look to regain their mark within those international tournaments.
So
great to see every single player of this Australian side also contribute great to minutes on this win, really showing the depth of this Australian side.
Australia now just getting their pictures. They have that big ticket. They have qualified. It is official. They will be going to Canada later in the year, making that long journey over. As you hear them just singing along now, the karaoke going on. But Australia did appear in the last World in 2022. They finished in 6th place. They'll be looking to make their mark and see if they can go even further in the contest. As cheers through that Aussie side. But for Argentina, their journey does end here. Some big performances from them. Maria Polares, 9 points for her, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. Mariana Reddy, 9 points for her, 6 rebounds. But for the Aussies, most players able to get onto that scoreboard. Every single player checking into the game. It was Georgia Monroe Cook who led the way, 24 points for her, 58% from the field, to go with 10 rebounds for her. So Australia now making final celebrations here on the court as the flags continue to fly for them in the crowd, but they will continue with their celebration. But the first game of the day is in the books, is official. Australia through to the World Championships as they'll continue to celebrate after this. But we are not done for the day. That is only one team booked in. Got 3 more games to go today. And next up, it will be the next 2nd and 3rd placing game, where we will see another matchup, another team get through to the World Championships. But for now, we are going to take a quick break between the next game. Make sure you tune back in for that one. But for now, from me, Ishania, and Siobhan Fitzpatrick, it's goodbye from us.